Hi friends, welcome back to my channel World of Flutter. So today we are going to see the implementation of the video player package. Also, if you want to see the implementation of stacking, like how you can stack one widget on top of each other, like how you can stack controls on top of your video, then please watch this video till the very end. So first of all, from likes per points on popularity, we can see that this particular package is very efficient and good to use. We have a license of BSD 3 clause and the publisher is Flutter Dev, which tells us that this is an official package by Flutter. And the platform to which we can use it is Android, iOS and web. So let's go for installation. To install, we need to run this command in the terminal, or else we can go in the YAML file under dependencies. We have this line of code, we can copy paste it and we can run pubget. So here I already have a pretty basic UI with me, with an app bar, scaffold, video and a floating action button. And in my YAML file, I'll just go under dependencies and I will paste this line of code here for installation, and I'll run pubget. Once pubget is run, you will be able to see your process finished in your messages tab right here, and then it means that your external library is now in your project. So for importing it, we can copy this line of code and paste it in the file which we are going to use it. So I'm going to use it in here in my main.dot. That's why I've pasted it here. Okay. Now let's go back to the readme. So the readme tells us that we have certain conditions for installation and use. So for iOS, if you want to use a network URL using HTTP, HTTPS, then you need to import this particular permission in your info.plist file. Similarly, for Android, we need to have this permission for internet in our manifest file in the project root. Okay, so let's just go to the Android folder, then app, then source, then main, and then there is your manifest. So in your manifest, the root is your manifest tag, and under that directly you just need to paste this line of code. That's it. Okay. And for web also we have some conditions, like for example it does not support Dart.io, so we cannot use it, and we cannot use mix with others like that. So you can just read it out and make sure that you follow it. Then we have supported formats. So for supported formats for all three platforms, we have different supported formats, and we can, like for Android, we have a list here, and please refer here, and we can get the list for which format it is supported in Android, and for streaming and for recording, like that. Okay, then we have an example here, and this is the example that I am using right now, and the difference is that they're using network URL, which I'll use later, and I am using asset. So for asset, I have created a folder named as asset. You can name it anything you like, and directly under the project directory. So I have added the mp4 file in the assets, and in my YAML file, once you add any kind of asset, you have to go in the YAML file, and under assets you can just paste your folder name and you do pubget. So once you are done, then only you'll be able to use that asset, otherwise it will throw error. So let me explain you the basic code. So we have a controller over here, which is video player controller. So controller helps us to control the feature of your video, like playing, pausing, looping, like that. And we always initialize the controller before we use the video. So we need to initialize it, and I'm going to initialize it in the init state. That is what the recommended practice is. Okay, and I'm going to use the asset function. So for asset, I'm going to pass the path of my asset, and that is how we are getting the controller video in our controller. Then we have looping. So for looping, what looping method does is that it will play again and again and again and again until you click on play and pause. Then initialize, and this play is basically for auto playing. So when you do a hot restart, it will auto play on its own for the very first time, unless you play, like click on play and pause. This is initialization. Now we are going in a build method. There we have a column. In column we have a video player, and the video player we are passing controller. So this video player will help you to render it on the screen. And we have a condition over here which is initialized, which checks whether the controller is initialized or not. So if it's initialized, then like in our case, then video will be visible, or else they're rendering an empty container so that the UI doesn't crash. So that's optional. Then we have a floating action button which has an on pressed, and in the on pressed I have set state. So set state is toggling my video's feature of playing and pausing. So I'm checking whether it's playing or not. If it's playing, then I can pause. If it's paused, then I can play. Okay, and similar condition I'm using for icons. So if you click on this, you can see your video is also playing and pausing, and your icon is also changing accordingly. Okay, So this is the basic code. And then here we have dispose function. So dispose function, whenever you make a controller, you should always dispose it, be it any type of controller. So this function is not compulsory, it's up to you. You want to use it, you can use it. It's a recommended practice, so I'll encourage you to use it. Okay, then let's start with the stacking. So for stack, I will first add one more video in my column. So I'm taking this video from here. Okay, and for doing this I'll need to make one more controller. So I'll just make one more video player controller, and just this time I'll give the name as controller B. Okay, because it's a video of B, that's why. So you can give it any name you want, it's not compulsory that you use the name I have given. Okay, and then I'm for neat UI, I'm going to use a sized box. That is also optional, it's up to you. You want it, then go for it. Then I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it, and instead of controller butterfly I'm going to use controller B. Okay, and my controller B is initialized with a network URL. Okay, now I'm going to do a hot restart instead of hot reload, otherwise it will give me an error. So you can see this is auto playing and this is looping, that's why it's auto playing on its own. Here I haven't set, for this video I haven't set anything, that's why it's just like looking like an image, and I don't have a button to toggle it right now. Okay, so we'll see all that in coming minutes. So now I'm going to use stack. For stacking, I'll first of all need to wrap my video player in a widget named as stack. Now stack doesn't have one child, it has children, multiple, so we are going to use it like that only. Okay, and first of all let's go in the examples. So example tab, it's a pretty thorough example. If you want to check it, you can just copy paste it and run it on your device, and it has a whole lot of scenarios that you can use. Okay, I'm here right now, I'm using some part of it to show you. Okay, and here in the stack I want my first of all play pause button, so I'm going to use alignment. I'm going to give a center. Why? Because I want the button to be in the center, that's it. So icon I'm going to use, and icons will be play and pause for now, play arrow let's say, and I'm going to give it some styling. That's completely optional. If you want to give it a style you can give it, otherwise you can not. Okay, so this button right now does nothing, it's just an icon. If you want it to do something, then wrap it under gesture detector. So gesture detector will detect the gesture, like for example on tap I'm going to use here. You have different types of gestures, that's up to you. And the on tab will do the same thing which this floating action buttons on pressed was doing. So I'm going to just copy paste the code right from there, and similarly for the icons also I'm going to do the same thing, so that my icons also toggle. Okay, and I'm going to comment the floating action button because I no longer need it. So I'll just do a hot reload and check. Okay, so it's working. Now I have a button which is overlapped on my video. Okay, that is stacked up. Now I'll give one more example of stacking. So for the playback speed, okay, so this is your second child. First child was your video player, second is align, then I'll make another align, and this time I'm going to use the code they have used here. So for playback speed I'm going to do, okay, and I'm copy pasting this particular line of code for playback speed. So I'll just paste it, and it's asking for a controller, and we are doing this for the first video, butterfly video, so I'm going to give that only as controller. And it's asking for example playback rates, which is a list for the different speed that we are going to give in a list. So I'll just paste it here, maybe above my init state. Okay, I'm going to hot reload. So you can see we are having a list, but it's not looking very pretty, so I'll just give it some styling for you to easily able to see. Okay, so I'll give text style, and I'll give color as blue. I think it will be easily visible, and font size as 30. So yeah, now you can see it's at 1x. If I give 2x, then it will start on 2x, it will have a twice the speed, and if I give 0.25 it will have very slow speed. Okay, So this is working. Similarly, you can use the align widget and you can have as many elements as you like. You can have a seek here for your left seek, right seek. So seek to is the method that we can use, controller.seek to, and you can give the duration in there as -3 or 3. So -3 will help you seek in the reverse direction, and normal 3 will help you seek in forward direction. So you can give seconds, minutes, hours, that's up to the length of your video. Okay, and your choice. So that is how you can add using stack different elements on top of your video. Now let's say I want both of these elements here in this video also, but there's one way to do that, which is to copy paste both of them and paste it here also, like wrap this into a stack. Okay, and do that. We can do that, it's possible, but it's a very lengthy way. And also, if let's say I want to change something, so then I'll have to change everywhere, and that's a reusable code. So we should make and try and make it reusable. So instead of doing that, I will make a class, and the class I can name anything, and I will make this class such a way that I can reuse it in any number of videos. So right now I have 2 videos. If you want, let's say 5 videos or something like that, then you will, it's not efficient to repeat the same code again and again and again. So for that, I'm going to make it generic. Okay, and I'm going to return a stack here. Okay, and the children will be these 2 particular alignment feature that I have, the play, pause, and the speed. Okay, and here they will ask for controller, because now I don't have the controller butterfly anymore. So I'm going to use widget.controller because it's not inside my state, that's why. Okay, here also, and here also. And again I need the list, so I'll just copy this list, cut it out from this class, and I'll paste it in my this another class that I made above my build method. Okay, now if I do a reload, then okay, now see, your play button is also gone and your speed button is also gone from this video. Now what more I need to do? I need to use this class. So in my stack below my video player, I'm going to make the object of this class, and I'm going to pass the controllers. So for the first video, my controller is butterfly, and for the second video, my controller is bee. Okay, now see, both places you are getting the button, and both places you are using it. Okay, this is if I give 0.25, then it will be very slow. Similarly here it is 1, so it will be 1. Okay, so now you are able to use both of your elements which were in your stack on top of your video for both the videos, and you are using the code only once. So that is reusing the code. Okay, and you can do this. They have also done it. So like they have named the classes controls overlay like that. Okay, so you can add more elements, like I told you. For the seek you can add, for captions also you can add, and they have also given a method right here for captions also. This is the captions method. Okay, and they have shown how you can add captions also using the closed caption method. Okay, and similarly they have like caption offsets also, like for just similar to playback speed, it will be on the top left. So that's how you can use, and you can just check the example out. It's very detailed, and you can check it out, and you can experiment and implement it on your own. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you so much. Please like, share, subscribe, and if you want me to cover a particular package of Flutter, or if you want me to cover a particular topic of Flutter, then please do write in the comment section. I'll make the video on those as well. And yeah, that's all for today. I'll see you all in the next video.